right, so we got some questions here. Let me see. How do you market your research to determine where to buy? How do you do your market research to determine where to buy? Yeah, that's a great question. Okay, so the way that it works in the commercial real estate world, all right? Does anybody here, like, are a lot of people just newbies? They have no idea about commercial real estate? Just let me know in the chat, okay? Now, this is how it looks, okay? This is the primary market, right? So this would be like, I've lived like in the North Georgia mountains, but this would be like Atlanta, right? Atlanta or Nashville or Orlando or Tampa or whatever, So this is all these this is the city right here. The cap rate for this area right now, right? So a year ago is a different type of cap rate. Right now, people are buying at like just crazy cap rates right now. 4 to 7% cap rate. Somebody asked, like, how do you value these? All right. I'm not going to get into how to value those, right? That's something that that's something you can learn in an hour anyways. First of all, it's like you have to go in depth into how to do that, because in commercial real estate, you have to learn how to run commercial deal analysis. You've got to understand cap rate. I'm going to get into the basics of it right now, but you have to understand cap rate. You have to understand like how to value the property. What are all of the, what's everything that you need to go into the deal? What's your ROI? What's your NOI? There's like all these terms and stuff. Everybody doesn't know, cash on cash return, yield, and stuff like this. All right. So that's kind of what you have to learn. You need to learn how to do commercial real estate evaluation is what you need to do. So in the primary market, cap rates are anywhere from 4 to 7%. Primary market, and then is like the Atlanta, pretty much like primary market right now for Atlanta, and I'm sure for major cities right now, is even like where it used to be a secondary market, it's now like a primary market, because everything is just blowing up right now, right? So we have like what's called in Atlanta, there's a lot of cities have this, is like the perimeter. Inside the perimeter would be like primary, but also right now, even like right outside the perimeter is really primary, because it's just nuts right now, right? And then the secondary market, the cap rates are anywhere from like 7 to maybe 6 or 7 to 9%, or maybe 8. Let's say 8. I don't know. It's like, that's what I'm saying. Like right now, people are going like paying so much of a lower cap rate. It's so crazy, They're taking bigger risks. A lot of owners, or because the prices are so, the prices are so high, so a lot of people take bigger risks, right? That's why the cap rate's lower. Okay. And then you have the tertiary markets. Would be like an 8+, right? Up. Now, every facility that we've ever bought is like 20+ cap rate. So you really want to buy as high as you possibly can. There's 2 different ways to look at it. You have mismanaged properties and income producing properties. You want to buy as high as you possibly can if it's an income producing property. Okay, income producing properties are where you can get the P&L and the balance sheet. You can get the tax returns. You can get the numbers, the rent roll, everything, right? They want to sell that facility at the highest possible number, right? So it's an income producing property. And so they're going to show you everything that they have, right? And then you have the mismanaged facilities, which is what I buy. And these are the value add facilities. So I'm buying my facilities on like 25 to 50 cents on the dollar, and there's nothing to show for it. And because of that, I need to go out and find private lenders, because there's no bank that's going to lend on something like this because they think it's too risky, right? But these are like the best deals. I'm if not doubling, I'm tripling the value of these. Like I said, I bought it for $250, and once we get that thing looking like a $900,000 facility, we'll be able to sell it like a $900,000 facility. The only thing that we're doing right now in order to sell it for $950 grand is we're repaving. right? Because it's like it needs to be repaved a little bit. So we're in the process of doing that's going to cost us like 50 grand to do that. But after that, like if we put another 50 grand into it, we could sell it for like 950 grand. All right. So that's the difference between that's like tripling our value, right? And that's the difference between mismanaged and income producing. Income producing is for somebody that's like, no, I just want cash flow. You know, I want it to be stable. It's kind of like buying a rental property, right? Like you just know that money's going to come in. There's like appreciation, but it may not be like huge appreciation, right? Whereas me in a mismanaged facility, I have to come out of pocket for that first year. A lot of times on mismanaged facilities, there's no income coming in. So I'm coming out of pocket every single month. But I know on the back end, after a year and a half, on the back end, I'll be netting, you know, a ridiculous amount of money every single month and increasing the value. So I'm okay with struggling for a year on that property just because I see we've gotten it now to where, like, you know, the first property we were coming out of pocket every single month. And then we started balancing that out to the second one. You came out a little bit. And then we started making money on the first, which balanced the second. And then we got another one. And that's under, but these two are helping it. And now we're all, you know, we're buying a mismanaged property right now, but like we make so much money on all the other ones that it's like, it's not a big deal for us anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, so mismanaged property is coming out of pocket. Once you get to that point, you're just like, yeah, I could buy another one, you know? You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Anyways, so cap rate is very, very important in the commercial real estate world. And the question was, how do you figure out which market that you want to be in? So the first question is, all right, so is understanding the market. And then the second question is, how much money can you come up with? Because in the commercial real estate world, I mean, residential is also, you know, like this, but really in commercial real estate, the question is, how much money can you come up with? Now, whether or not you can come up with money or not, it's not an issue, because essentially, like, I own millions and millions of dollars worth of storage facilities, and I haven't put a dime of my own money into purchasing them, right? Because I buy mismanaged properties, and what I do is I borrow from other people and they pay for the purchase price. And sometimes they give us more to even renovate it and update it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I don't, most of the time I don't borrow, I just borrow against the purchase price, but every once in a while I'll ask for like 10 or 20 grand just because it needs a lot of work or whatever, right? But the truth is that I own millions and millions of dollars worth of storage facilities, and I haven't put any money into purchasing them, right? And that's because I buy mismanaged facilities, and like I you know, in order to buy them, I have to have, you know, money, private money, because banks won't lend to them. So very early on, I got really, really good at raising money, right? And the truth of the matter is that if you want to, you know, if you want to own a lot of storage facilities, you want to get in this game, if you want to be a real estate investor, you have to learn how to raise money.